What's up guys, my name is TechnoTuner and today I'm bringing to you a test hand video of my DDD deck profile. Now do note that I did make some changes since my last DDD deck profile update, mainly because some of the hands that I was seeing was experiencing a lot of bricking, a lot of possibilities of where you're just getting a lot more hand traps, not a lot of actual board extenders, so you're just kind of setting on boards of, well, I gotta hope I draw into the flawless, or man, I gotta hope I draw into this card. I didn't really like that aspect of it, and I wanted to really change it and make it more of my own play style. If you guys want to see that deck profile, please feel free to just go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If I get like 20 likes on the video, I'll go ahead and post a new deck profile for this deck specifically, going over what was changed and explaining how everything works again. But anyways, guys, let's hop right on into this this test hands, so I can show you what this deck can do. So, of course, you know how our test hands usually goes, where it's usually just a going first or going second for 2 turns, and then going on. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and do DDD going first twice, and then the final hand is us going second, where I can show you what the deck can really do. So, for our first starting hand, we get Dark Contract with Zero King, DD Savant Copernicus, DD Scale Surveyor, Dark Contract with the Gate, and DD Griffin. In this case, let's go ahead and start her off with a Dark Contract with the Gate. We're going to assume our opponent doesn't have the Ash or any hand traps really to interact. So we're going to go ahead and grab us the DDD Zero Doom Queen Machinex. We'll go ahead and place her in the field, or in the Pendulum Zone. Activate her effect. You can place 1 Dark Contract continuous spell in our main spell and trap zones. We'll go ahead and play 1 Dark Contract with a Swamp King. Next, we'll go ahead and activate Dark Contract with the Zero King. We can target 1 DD monster we control, except Dark Contract with the Zero King, destroy it. If we do, special summon 1 DD monster. So we'll pop the DD Zero Doom Queen Machinex that's in our Pendulum Zone and add, or well, in this case, special summon DD Count Surveyor. Its effect allows us to trigger off. If it's normal or special summon, we can add 1 DD monster with 0 attack and or defense from our deck to our hand. In this case, I'm going to add Kepler. Or, well, really, since we already have most of our spells that we want to utilize, yeah, we're still just going to grab Kepler, because I think we got everything that we really need to really pop off with this combo. We'll go ahead and next normal summon DD Savant Copernicus, allowing us to send a Necro Slime from our deck to the grave. Then we'll go ahead and special summon DD Griffin, since we control another DD monster. And we'll go ahead and special summon that DD Scale Surveyor. We'll next overlay these two into our DDD Wise King Solomon. Wise King Solomon, yes, is our 5th summon. This would kill it right here. However, we still have the capability of fusion summoning and playing through that. But I like this play anyways, so we're going to go ahead and detach Copernicus and add 1 DD card from our deck to our hand. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add a copy of Swirl Slime. Next, I'm going to activate, well, not activate, but link away with Scale Surveyor and Count Surveyor. Go directly into our Abyss King Gilgamesh. We'll activate Abyss King Gilgamesh, allowing us to place 2. We'll go ahead and place Scale Surveyor in 1. And Zero Doom Queen Machinex in the other. Or if you want to make sure that this summon cannot be negated, you'll go ahead and do the other copy of Copernicus that I run. We'll go ahead and do that instead. Next, we'll go ahead and activate Swirl Slime effect, sending it and Kepler to the graveyard for a fusion summon. We'll go into Genghis. Genghis is a fun trigger effect when we special summon a DD monster from our graveyard, or not from our graveyard, but anywhere we can revive one from our graveyard to utilize. Next, we'll go ahead and Pendulum Summon. We won't put Genghis there because we want it in the zones, so we can leave open for our Pendulum Summon. In this case, we'll go ahead and summon out our Scale Surveyor and our Doom Queen. Since one was special summon, we'll go ahead and get us another card onto the board, in which we'll go ahead and get us a Copernicus. All right. Well, where do we go from here? We don't have any tuners. We don't have any Xyz that we can really go into, unless we want to go into King Tell, which honestly would probably be the best option here. So we'll go into King Tell. Next, we'll take Scale Surveyor. And Abyss to go directly into our Zeus Ragnarok. This card is really insane because you can target one DD or Dark Contract card you control, destroy it, and if you do, during your main phase's turn, you can conduct an additional Pendulum Summon of a DD monster in addition to your normal Pendulum Summon. When your opponent activates a monster effect in hand, quick effect, you can banish one DD monster and Dark Contract card from your graveyard and negate the activation. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and utilize this effect to where we can use Necro Slime and Gilgamesh. We're going to go into our High King Genghis. So this one is our spell Trap Negate. We've already got a burn on board. And we still have the capability going to Queen Machinex as well. We'll go ahead and link these two off. Go into our Abyss here, and then we'll go into our Divisor here, which allows us to exceed summon this card by using one DDD monster we control as material. Well, we'll keep the 3K around. We'll use Gilgamesh instead, which can allow us to get further plays. You only use one DD Divisor King Deuce Machinex in your monster zone once per chain. When a monster card your opponent controls activates its effect, you can either detach two materials from this card or destroy one Dark Contract. Since we have three, we have those capabilities of really going through and doing that and furthering our damage. But since we ranked up into that, we can revive back the DDD King, Flame King Genghis, and still push for more damage. So overall, we got a full board just from that combo alone. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for the first combo. I'm sorry I didn't explain it very well. I'll try to do a little bit better as I go. But anyways, let's hop right into our second combo. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get for our next play. So for our next going first hand, we get Ash Blossom, DDD Headhunt, Nibiru, Necro Slime, and DD Griffin. So what we can utilize here is go normal summon DD Necro Slime, special summon DD Griffin. Link these two off. This will go to the extra deck. That will go there. We'll go ahead and get Abyss King Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh effect lets us place two. We'll go ahead and place our 0 Doom Queen Machinex and our Scale Surveyor. We'll activate Doom Queen Machinex effect. Sorry, I'm going to place these over here. And place a spell in our back row. We're going to place Dark Contract with the Gate. Activate Dark Contract with the Gate effect to grab us another monster. We're actually not... Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. We'll go ahead and get us a Lance Soldier. Next, we'll go ahead and Pendulum Summon 2. Griffin effect. This card is Pendulum Summon. You can discard one DD or Dark Contract card. We'll discard Headhunt and draw a card. We got Ghost Ogre. So, what are we doing from here? I'm going to go ahead and synchro these two into our King Clovis. We're going to go ahead and revive one card. Revive Necro Slime. That way we can link it off into Zeus Ragnarok. And the way we revived Necro Slime, might I add, is King Clovis effect. You can target one of your banished DD monsters or if you're Dark Contract, since we have Dark Contract with Gaze on the field. We can target one in our graveyard instead, so I target Necro Slime. Because we're going to next utilize Lance Soldier, bring it back by popping Dark Contract with the Gate. And then being able to synchro up here into our DDD Cursed King Siegfried. Or if we wanted to hold off here before we do that and leave these two on board, we'll go ahead and activate the effect of Necro Slime, banishing it and Gilgamesh to go into our High King. So we have a spell and trap in the gate. And then we'll go ahead and sync these off. This will become banished to go into our Cursed King Siegfried. Cursed King Siegfried's now hit the board, so Genghis can revive back Clovis. Well, we've already done that. Then we'll go ahead and activate Zeus Ragnarok effect, allowing us to pop a card, whether it be a DD card or whatnot that we would like to Pendulum Summon with, and then be able to Pendulum Summon again this turn if we would like to. The problem is we have no real monsters we would like to Pendulum Summon with, but we do have at least decent board control between 2 spell and trap negates, and we have a monster negate if we pop King Clovis to get him back in the graveyard, just so we can get that effect. But basically you're setting on a monster's negation from hand, a spell and trap negate from both these, and you have the capability of really just being able to Pendulum Summon and utilize that to your full extent, along with 3 hand traps, which are Ash, Nibiru, and Ghost Ogre. If they don't stop one, you'll be able to stop at least something with these. So that's at least the first starting board that you can go through and really interact with the opponent on the going back and forth. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for the second combo. Let's go ahead and hop right into our third and final combo of us going second. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into that going second hand so I can show you what we can do. So, we've got Dark Contract with the Gate, Dark Contract with the Zero King, DD Lance Soldier, DD Swirl Slime, and Call by the Grave. Okay, no hand traps, we've got to interact with the full board. Alright, let's see what we draw. DD Scale Surveyor. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate that Dark Contract with the Gate, get us a search of a DD monster. We'll go ahead and grab that Zero Doom Queen Machinex so we can further interact and get us another Dark Contract on the board. We'll place it in our Pendulum Zone and get us a Dark Contract with the Swamp King. This allows the Fusion Summon even if we cannot utilize it fully right now. We'll next activate Dark Contract with the Zero King, popping the Machinex, allowing us to special summon from our deck. Let's see here. We can go ahead and special summon a... The problem is there's a lot of different plays here in which we can grab the Kepler to set another Dark Contract or add a Dark Contract. We can go through and do Count Surveyor to get us a attack 0, defense 0, 1. We can also go through and do Copernicus to dump. I think in this case, our best capability is going through Count Surveyor. Effect when special summon, add 1 with attack, 0 attack or defense. And then we can still utilize these effects, in which we are now DDD locked, because I didn't mention this in the other ones, but Dark Contract with the 0 King. Once you destroy a monster, you're locked to DDDs. That's everything you can special summon for the turn. So, what do we do here? Well, we're wanting to get our pendulum zones up and running, but we also want to get the capabilities of really getting monsters on the board. So next, normal summon Savant Copernicus, allowing us to send 1 DD or Dark Contract from our deck to the graveyard. In this case, we'll go ahead and send the Necro Slime. Then we'll special summon Scale Surveyor. Activates effect. It becomes a level 4. And then we'll overlay it into our Wise King Solomon. While yes, this is technically the right play to go about it, wrong play to go about it. So what you would usually do is, so for this, let me explain as I go. We're going to go, instead from this, take these two, go directly into our Gilgamesh. So that's our 4th summon, Gilgamesh effect, to let us go ahead and place our zones, which are Copernicus, and we'll say the other Scale Surveyor, if I can find it. Yep. This way our pendulum summons can't be negated, but it also gets us our pendulum zones. Next up, we'll go ahead and then link off Copernicus and Gilgamesh, go into Ragnarok. So this is where they can go into not Zeus, but Nibiru if they want to. It doesn't really stop us because we haven't pendulum summoned this turn, but we have the capability of further interacting. This is where we can now pendulum summon. We'll go ahead and pendulum summon Scale Surveyor, Copernicus, and Queen Machinex. I will state that we're not going to activate Scale Surveyor effect if we do this line. The other line is just basically setting us up for Nibiru bait. But Scale Surveyor effect lets us go through, increase its level to 4. We'll overlay here, go directly into our Wise King Solomon. We'll then detach the Copernicus to add, well, I guess we would have also pendulum summoned at least Lance Soldier as well, since he's from hand. We don't have to worry about him going to a pendulum zone, since he's coming from that extra deck. But anyways, we'll say we've had 4 monsters instead of 3. Go back into the deck. We'll go ahead and grab us a DD Griffin. This is where we can further our plays. And this is where it's going to get a little nutty here, folks. So hold on as we go through this all. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon DD Griffin. Or special summon DD Griffin, excuse me. Not normal summon, we've already done that. We'll next synchro with these two into DDD, First King Clovis. Effect to revive back the DD Griffin. When it's revived, you can add 1 DD card from your deck to your hand. In this case, we're going to go ahead and add us we can really add us anything, but we're wanting to send something off, so we're going to go ahead and grab us DDD, Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok, for further plays. We'll next go ahead and use Lance Soldier effect, popping the Dark Contract with the 0 King. Will allow us to go ahead and synchro up here, sending Clovis to the graveyard, him to the banish, into our Curse King. We'll go ahead and Griffin. Not Griffin here, sorry. We'll go ahead and use Swirl Slime and Copernicus go into our Genghis. Well, Genghis is hit board. What are we going to do now? Well, in this case, we'll go ahead and we can fuse with these two using Dark Contract with Swamp King. And then allowing us to go into our High King Genghis. Trigger effect, special summon King Clovis. We'll overlay these two. Go into our High Wave King. And if we really, really want to here, since we got our Spell and Trap Negate, our Omni Negate, and a Monster Negate here, because we got 3 of the big boys out. We can go ahead and target one of our DD or Dark Contract cards we control, and destroy it. We'll destroy Wise King Solomon, and be able to Pendulum Summon again. In this case, we're going to Pendulum Summon Oblivion. And we either do Machinex or Griffin. In this case, we're going to want to do Machinex. So, we've already gotten over a lot of damage here. Well, what are we going to utilize it for? Well, since we've gone through a lot of plays and a lot of capabilities, and we're still looking to do more damage, let's go ahead and further extend that. We're going to go ahead and banish Wise King Solomon, Ragnarok, Siegfried, and Genghis. Yes, we just got rid of a lot of our Spell and Trap Negates, but we're trying to go for game here. We're going to go into Arc Crisis. Which requires 4 Fiend monsters, 1 Fusion, Synchro, Seize, and Pendulum. Must be Fusion Summon or Special Summon from your extra deck, face down extra deck, by banishing the cards from your field and or graveyard. You can only Special Summon this once per turn this way. No matter which method you use, if this card is Special Summon, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. You can attack all your opponent's monsters once each. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. So, right now we got a 4K beater that can swing into literally everything. We still have the negate for Nibiru. We still have the capability of going into Machinex, which we can do here. So we'll take Doom Queen to go into Doom King, or Divisor King Deuce Machinex, excuse me. But we still have 3K, 28, 2K, and 4K that can attack everything. So we basically can swing just straight out for game because our opponent can't activate any effects. And we also had Called by the Grave in hand in case they had any other plays. So this is actually being able to further OTK our opponent on the crackback if they have no interaction capabilities for us to play through. But we still were able to swing a lot for damage and for game. Because let's just say 4K, you're doing at least 1,000 on each attack. So that's 5,000 damage if they're not in defense. If they are in defense, you've destroyed every single monster. You got 3K plus 28, that's 58. Plus 22, that's 8K exact. So, you've still done your full board's amount of damage while being able to set up an amazing board and being able to show off that play while being able to really just get rid of monsters that would help you further on the crackback. So if you'd like to, you can hold on to it or just go directly into this for the OTK. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did like this test hand video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And if you do, I do try to read the comments in that you guys leave every time. I'm sorry if I get back to you a little bit slower. I have a lot going on, whether it be work or just in general trying to get decks updated. But I hope you guys did greatly enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?